crisis that's cutting down so many beautiful people, many far too young.
More than 5,000 people. That is how many overdose deaths there were in Pennsylvania in 2021. Nearly 80% of those involved the deadly opioid fentanyl. Good evening. I'm Alicia Richards.
And I'm Dennis Owens. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mid-State Senator Doug Mastriano and people impacted by substance use are pushing for a law that hopes to save some of those lives.
It requires all law enforcement agencies to report their drug overdoses to a statewide mapping system. Sonica Bargo joins us now to explain how this all works. Sonica.
Alicia, Dennis, right now that mapping system isn't available publicly. It's only available to participating agencies. But advocates I spoke to tell me this data can help governments and public health systems get resources where they're needed most and save lives.
I want justice for my son.
More than 2 years ago, Laura Schanfelder's son, Tyler,
That dealer didn't just take my son's life, he took my life too.
died of an overdose after taking pills laced with fentanyl.
He had actually moved away to try to get clean.
Laura says she was tired of seeing young people killed.
I don't want other parents to go through what I go through on a regular basis.
So she reached out to Mid-State Senator Doug Mastriano, who was working on legislation to address the issue.
A crisis that's cutting down so many beautiful people, many far too young.
One law, Act 158, took effect in 2023.
This new law will improve overdose response, help those with addictions get the treatment they need to get out of this web of this cycle of addiction, and as well as getting these drug traffickers off the streets.
It requires law enforcement to report overdoses to a statewide data tracking and mapping system.
Sort of like a jigsaw puzzle. As you start to put the pieces together, you get to understand what the real picture behind it is.
The state has seen 2,000 reports in the first 3 months of the year. Cities are predictable hotspots, but there are other trends.
We're starting to see a pattern of overdose events happening along our highway systems.
Advocates say collecting that information, where an overdose happened, whether Narcan was used, and what drugs were used, shows where to send resources.
We can get the Narcan there. We can get the law enforcement there.
And get them to the people who need it before it's too late.
I don't want my son's death to be in vain.
Mastriano says there is still more work to be done. He has also introduced Tyler's Law, named after Laura's son there. It would set a mandatory minimum of 25 years in prison for dealers who sell fentanyl that results in a death. In the studio, Sonica Bargo, ABC 27 News.
That is heartbreaking. Sonica, thank you.